Hello everyone, welcome back to SSB Crack Exams. I hope you are following each and every lecture based upon Series 2 2020 Maths Paper Q&A. This time, we will be discussing the detailed solutions of all those questions that were part in this particular paper based on the topic of areas and perimeter of plane figures. This is one of the important topic in serious mathematics syllabus on which base you can easily expect the maximum number of questions. This is the subtopic under the main topic mensuration, in fact, on which base there were 19 questions altogether in Series 2 2020 exam maths paper. Alright, so we will be discussing the detailed solutions of each and every question, but before that, let me recall you that if you are an aspirant and aspiring to write the upcoming serious written examination, if you want to prepare for your upcoming serious written examination strategically, do not forget to subscribe to our serious courses to prepare strategically and get the maximum score in your upcoming serious written examination. So here we are beginning with the session with the question on areas and perimeter of plane figures. Alright, so the question was, if the perimeter of a circle and a square are equal, alright, perimeter of circle and a square are equal, then what is the ratio of the area of circle to that of square? You have to determine, is it 1:pi, 2:pi, 3:pi or 4:5? So you know that the perimeter of circle is nothing but the circumference of the circle. So we have the perimeter of circle denoted by C, which you know it is 2πr. And you know the perimeter of the square, it is 4 into side. So perimeter of square we denote it by P, and it is 4a if a is the side of square. So what is provided in the question? That this 2πr is same as 4a. So that you can write this r as 2a upon pi, right? Star mark. So we will be using this fact to find the ratio of area of circle to that of square. Alright, so let's take up that ratio. So we have to calculate the ratio of area of circle to the area of square, just for the notation. So what is the area of circle formula? You know it's pi r square, and area of square formula is side square. I have taken A to be the side of square. Alright, so on the next line, I would like to take up. So this is equals to pi r square. What was r we got? It's a 2a by pi the whole square upon a square. Simplify. So it's pi into 4a square upon a square into pi square. So on simplification, we could see 1 pi cancels, a square cancel to get the ratio 4:pi, right? And hence the correct key for this particular question was the option number D. Alright, so here we begin with the next question now. There is a bicycle whose wheel makes 5,000 revolutions in moving 11 kilometers of distance. So what is the radius of the wheel? Taking pi is equals to 22 by 7. Is it 17.5 centimeter, 35 centimeters, 70 centimeters or 140 centimeters? We have to determine. So for that, you shall know the fact that the wheel is in which shape? It is circular in shape, and in the rotation, in the one rotation of the wheel, the distance covered by wheel is nothing but the circumference of that wheel, which is circle in shape. You know that. So now the wheel is rotating how many times? 5,000. So for 5,000 times, his distance will be how much? I mean, distance covered will be 5,000 times this 2πr. But this is known to us. What is that? It is 11 kilometers. So distance is known. We shall equate it with this reading 5,000 into 2πr to get the radius value. But that will be giving you in terms of kilometers because the distance is in kilometer. So you have to convert your kilometer reading into centimeters to get one of the option in centimeters. Right? So that let's proceed. So 5,000 multiplied by 2 into 22 by 7 into r is equals to 11 kilometers. Right? So I would like to here simplify this thing. So what we can here do is this 11.1, this 11.2. So we will have this 5,000 multiplied by 4 upon 7 into r is equals to 1 in kilometers. So r is in kilometers as 7 divided by 4 into 5000. Now we want this reading into centimeters. So for centimeter, first of all multiply by 1000 to convert it into meters, because 1000 meters make 1 kilometer, but you want in centimeters, so multiplied by 100 also, because 1 meter equal to 100 centimeters. So yes, now simplification will yield you the answer. Let's check. So we'll get this 7 into 100 upon 4 5s, right? It's 20. Right, so we could see that this is 21, 25, and hence we are getting the radius as 7 into 5 equals to 35. So the radius of the wheel we are obtaining. So hence the correct key for this particular question, that is about finding the radius of the wheel, is, let's check out the next question on the same topic now. The length of a rectangle is increased by 10% and breadth is decreased by 10%. Then the area of the new rectangle is neither increased nor decreased, or increased by 1%, decreased by 1%, or decreased by 10%. Let us determine. So we shall determine that with the help of the little knowledge about the percentage also. So for that we shall know the area of the rectangle first of all. So I would write the original area of the rectangle with the length and breadth. So that will be LB, product of L and B. Now what is happening? The new length is equals to the original length plus 10% of L, because the length has increased for the new rectangle. So for that it will become 110 L upon 100. So that's a value of capital L. So similarly the breadth is decreased by 10%. So it will be small b minus 10% of small b decrease, so it will be 90b upon 100. So we have obtained here now for the new rectangle the length capital L and the breadth capital B. So we can write the area A for the new rectangle. Okay, for the new rectangle the area will be capital L into capital B. So what it shall be? It shall be 110 multiplied by 90 upon 100 into 100 into L into B. Did you note it? So this is the new area. So let's write original area we have, it's LB, and the A new we have, right, that is area of new rectangle, that is 110 into 90. So I would write its product better. So 11 into 9 we get 99 into this 100. So 99 100 upon 100 into 100, which can reduce to 99 upon 100 LB, because the LB was also there, right? So now we shall find the percentage change, right? So percentage change, what's the formula? You must know it. It is the A new minus the A original upon the original into 100. This is the percentage change formula, right? So A new we have 99 upon 100 into LB minus LB upon LB into 100. So you can notice here that LB will common out from the numerator and cancels with the denominator, because same is present there. So we are getting 99 upon 100 minus 1, that is minus 1 upon 100 into 100, which says that it's minus 1%. And minus here is the indication of decrement, right? So the area is decreased by what percent? 1%. And hence the key for this question was option number C, that the area of the new rectangle is decreased by 1%. Now coming upon to the next question, there is a road which is curved and it is to be laid out on a circle. A road curve is to be laid out on a circle. So what radius should be used if the track is to change in the direction by 42 degrees in the distance of 44 meters? Is it the radius should be 60 meters or 66 meters, 75 meters or 80 meters? So you have to understand that what's the scenario in the question. It's like you want to lay out on a circle the given road, and that too here the rotation is given. So it's just the rotation of the radius at the center, right? So this is the radius R, right? And this is the distance that to be rotated, that is provided to us, that is 44 meters. You know that this is what the length of arc, we denote it in the notation by L. So L is given to us, it is 44 meters, and R is unknown to us. You know that for this scenario, this theta has to be in radians, but theta is provided in degrees. So we shall convert this degrees into radians by multiplying pi upon 180. So we could see that the simplification of this, that is 2221, 290, moreover it's 37330. So we are getting 7 pi upon 30 as the theta value. So we shall find this R known, theta known, L. So what's the formula? Can you recall yourself? Right? So we have the formula of length of arc, that is R theta. L is equals to R theta. So R is equals to L upon theta. L was 44 meters and theta we obtain in terms of pi. So 7 pi upon, what was it? 30. For this question, they said use pi value as 22/7. So we will get now R is equals to 44, right, into 30 upon 7 into 22/7, out of which 7 cancels, 22 1, 22 2. So we could see that it is 60 meters, and hence the radius was the option number A itself. Alright, coming upon to the next question. What is the area of a right angled triangle? There is a right angled triangle and the radius of the circumcircle is known to us. It is 5 centimeter, and the altitude drawn to the hypotenuse in that triangle is 4 centimeter. So what is then the area of the triangle? What they said, the triangle, you know, circumscribing a circle means there is a circumcircle for that right triangle, right? And for that right triangle means the diameter will be the hypotenuse, right? The diameter will be hypotenuse, and we are known to what? The radius. We are known to the radius. This is center of the circle. Radius is known 5. And we also know from the hypotenuse, we also know that there is an altitude drawn to the hypotenuse. So from this vertex, right, the right angled vertex, there is altitude. So you could easily see that for this right triangle, we know the base. What is it? Base is this diameter. So D is 10, right? And this is nothing but the base of the triangle. And height, we can take this as the altitude. This altitude is known to us. How much? It's a 4 centimeters. So altitude also known. So how do you find the area of triangle that case when you know the base and height? It's a formula half into base into height for the triangle when you know the base and height. So this will be half into 10 into 4. Simple. So what's the answer then? 20 centimeter square. And hence the key for this particular question was the option number A. Alright, coming upon to the next question now. The diagonals of a rhombus differ by 2 units. The diagonals differ by 2 units in a rhombus and its perimeter exceeds the sum of the diagonals by 6 units. Understand these 2 criteria. So if I say D1 and D2 are the diagonals for a rhombus, and if I visualize that rhombus here, right, you know very well the rhombus is a figure with the, you know, all sides are equal. So I would take it to be A, but the diagonals are unequal, and the diagonals of rhombus intersect each other by making right angle at the point of intersection, and they bisect at the point of intersection. So this one, say if I say D1 total length, so its bisection part will be what? D1 by 2, D1 by 2. And the second one, if I say D2, right, if I say that to be D2, what it will be? Their half parts will be D2 by 2, D2 by 2. Right, so you could see that there are 4 right triangles within a rhombus, and the side is relative to the diagonals for this rhombus. So now from this particular figure, what we know is that this A square is equals to D1 by 2 the bracket square, because there is a right triangle, so Pythagoras theorem is followed there. we know this criteria already in the rhombus, right? So we know that this a square equal to d1 square by 4 plus d2 square by 4. So what I do is I'll take this 4 to left side. So this is the equation already we are known to it in the rhombus, and they say or not say, we know this relation. But now what they said in the question is that these diagonals d1 and d2 differ by what? 2. So we don't know which is bigger, which is smaller. So we'll take the modulus for that case, absolute value, because the length, okay, the diagonals cannot be negative. So we will take the modulus absolute value, fine. So this is known to us. And we know the second criteria, that the perimeter, what is the perimeter of the rhombus? You know that it is sum of lengths of 4 sides. So 4a, right? It's a sum of lengths of 4 sides. So it's 4a, right? So that for this particular rhombus, we'll write the second criteria now. That is, the 4a is equal to sum of diagonals plus 6. They said perimeter exceeds the sum of diagonals by 6. So now we will make use of this equation 1, 2 and 3 wisely to arrive at the product of diagonals, that is d1, d2, as I said, right? So we move on to the next line, and first of all we square the equation 2 on both sides. So equation 2 on squaring, right? On squaring the equation 2, it will reduce to d1 square plus d2 square minus 2 d1 d2 is equals to 4, which further written as d1 square plus d2 square equal to 4 plus 2 d1 d2. And here we are known to this value. What is this? d1 square plus d2 from equation 1, right? So from equation 1, this value is 4a square. So 4a square equal to 4 plus 2 d1 d2. So this I name it to be equation number 4. And now we have this equation number 3 to make use of. So I will write this equation 3 on the next line here now. So equation 3 was this 4a minus 6 equal to d1 plus d2. And I would like to square this equation by taking the 2 common in the left hand side. Okay. So we will be squaring this equation so that we can again make use of this fact. Okay. So on squaring, what do you get? It's 4 into 4a square minus, what do you get? This is 12a plus 9 equals to d1 plus d2 the whole square. So that will be d1 square plus d2 square plus 2 d1 d2. And you know, as I told you, that the right hand side we have the expression to reuse. This d1 square plus d2 square, which is 4a square. And you also know now the value of this 2 d1 d2 from this equation 4. Did you notice here? What is this value? This is 2 d1 d2 value is 4a square minus 4. So I would write that now here. So it is plus 4a square minus 4. Isn't it? So on the next line, what are we getting? We are getting this 4 into, right, 4a square minus 12a plus 9, and right hand side taking 4 common, we have a square plus a square minus 1. So that we can cancel this 4 and we simplify it. So 4a square minus 12a plus 9 is equals to 2a square minus 1, which we get the required quadratic equation 2a square minus 12a plus 10 equals to 0. On reducing, a square minus 6a plus 5 equals to 0. And this quadratic equation can be solved by splitting method, and the factors are a minus 1, a plus 5, a minus 5, sorry. Because we have 5 ones and we want the addition to be minus 6. So a minus 1, a minus 5 are the factors. So that a can be 1 and a can be 5. But as per the rhombus criteria here, a cannot be 1. Why? If a is 1, what will happen? See, I'll here mention you. If a is 1, see, we have this a, if suppose this 1, this 4 into 1, 4. So 4, 4 cancel, we'll get d1 into d2, 0. Means rhombus cannot be formed with that criteria. So we have to take a is equals to 5 only. Right? So if a is 5, means side is 5. We want what? The diagonals, product of diagonals, and that you can find from the equation number 4. See, this was the equation, right? So hence we will get the d1 d2 value, that is 2 d1 d2 value, that is 4 into a square minus 4. So what are we getting? 25 into 4, 100. 100 minus 4 is 96. Okay, so 2 d1 d2 is 96 means d1 d2 will be 48. And if d1 d2 is 48, we got the area of rhombus. What's the area? It's half d1 d2. So half into 48. Half into 48 is 24 square centimeters. And hence, if the unit is not centimeter, it will be units only. Okay, so hence we got the answer key to this question, that's number C. So this was the only question on areas and perimeter, was bit time consuming. So those have attempted, congratulations. And if you are not done, do not worry, practicing similar problems for good times, you might decrease, you can easily decrease the time of attempting such questions in your exam, but you have to be attentive while solving such questions. Some or other way, if you go here and there, you may or may not get, okay, you must be not getting the correct answer to your question. So be attentive while solving such questions in your serious examination. All right, so coming upon to the next question now. The two sides of a triangle are 40 centimeters and 41 centimeters. And if the perimeter of the triangle is 90 centimeter, then what is its area? Is it 90 centimeter square, 135, 150 or 180 centimeter square? So for that you have to use Heron's formula, because two sides are already known to you. And for the third side, they have given us the perimeter. So third side you can find out, subtract the two sides from the perimeter. So 90 minus 40 plus 41 you are subtracting. So it's 90 minus 81, that is 9 centimeters. So that the semi-perimeters writing part is easy, perimeter by 2. So you know it's 90 by 2, it's 45 centimeter. And by Heron's formula, we know the area of triangle. When you know the three sides in a triangle, what is that formula of area? It is under the root of s into s minus a, s minus b into s minus c. And hence on the next line, what do we get is area of the triangle equal to under the root, s was 45, s minus a, that is 45 minus 40, s minus b, that is 45 minus 41, and s minus c, that is 45 minus 9. What do we get? See, we get the factors 45 into 5 into 4 into 45 minus 9. How much? You're gonna get, see, 45 minus 5 will be 40, 40 minus 4 is 36. So combine the factors now. You could see this 45 can be written as, right, it can be written as 9 5s. So 9 into 5, 5 into 5, 25 I would write, right? Then into 4 into 36. So that I could see all the perfect square numbers. And their square roots are known to us. So square root of 9 is 3, square root of 25 is 5, square root of 4 is 2, square root of 36 is 6. So what do you get? 3 5s are 15, 15 2s are 30, 36 are 180. And hence the answer to this particular question was the option number D. Alright, I hope you are clear upon this particular solution. And now let's move on to the next question. 4 circular coins of equal radius are placed with their centers coinciding with the 4 vertices of a square. There are 4 circular coins and they are of equal radius and they are placed with their centers coinciding the vertices. Means vertices of square are nothing but the centers of these circular coins. And it is given that each coin touching 2 other coins. Means scenario is as such. You can try to visualize. Okay, it will be this way. My drawing is not that good. Okay, these all circles are of same radius, so they are congruent circles and their centers are nothing but the vertices of square. So could you see that there is some leftover area of the square, this much, right? And this reading is known to us. The area of this remaining part of the square is known, that is 42 centimeters square. So what is the radius of the each coin then? See, radius is same for all the circles, so I will take R it to be. So you could see then now the side of square. side of square you are getting it to be r plus r, that is 2r. And that area that they have given, that is 42, how do you obtain that area? It's simple, it's a area of the square minus area of the 4 sectors. And these 4 sectors ultimately will make what? One complete circle. Can you agree on that fact? So it is simply the area of the circle, pi r square we have to subtract. So 42 is equals to area of square. How do you find? Side square. So it's a 2r the whole square minus pi r square. So on the next line, 42 is equals to 4r square minus pi r square. And for this question also they had given us the value of pi. So 42 equal to 4, I would take the r square common so that simplification would be easier for us. R square into 4 minus 22 by 7. So by cross multiplying you could see 4 7s are 28 minus 22 will be how much? 6, right? 6 by 7. So r square is 42 into 7 by 6. So 6 1, 6 7, and here you are getting 49. So r is root of 49, that is equals to 7. And hence the right key for this particular question was the option number B. Alright, coming upon to the next question on this particular topic. Areas of two squares are in the ratio m square is to n to the power 4. Areas of two squares, square number 1, square number 2, their areas are in the ratio. Which ratio? M square is to n to the power 4. So what is the ratio of their perimeters? So I would say the side of first square be A, side of second square be B. So they asked us 4A ratio with 4B, which is same as the ratio of A to B. Right? But what we known? We are known to the ratio of the areas. Right? So you know that the ratios of areas means A square by B square. Because side for first square I taken A, side for second square I taken B. So A square by B square we have M square by n to the power 4, which gives on taking square root on both sides A by B value, which is M by n square. And now you just take up here your required answer, you got it. That is M by n square. And hence the key for this question was the option number C. M is to n square. It was just to take the square root of this because the sides ratio, because 4 by 4 anyhow it was cancelling, right? Simple. If you could do it by observation, you would have done easily in seconds for such questions in your exams, right? Coming upon to the next question now. In this question, we asked what is the area of a segment of a circle of radius r subtending an angle theta at the center. In a circle, there is a segment which is formed by subtending an angle theta at the center. This angle is theta in degrees. Okay, provided, and we have to find this area of segment. Alright, so you know that this area, shaded area, it's an area of segment which we get it by difference of two areas. What are they? Area of corresponding sector minus area of this triangle, right? This triangle. So you must know the formulas. This was simply the question based upon the formula to take the correct option from the given, which is the area of the segment. So we shall know that area of segment formula is area of sector minus area of triangle. And what is the area of sector formula? You know the theta degree at the center. It's a theta by 360 into pi r square minus half into r square sine theta. You shall know area of this triangle is half r square sine theta. If you don't know, you can derive yourself by trigonometry there, because this is the radius r. You can derive by height into base formula. Half into base into height formula for the area of triangle, you get this. Okay, so we have now this to simplify. Theta by 360 pi r square minus half r square sine theta, out of which I would take r square by 2 common. So what do I get? Pi by 180, sorry, theta by 180 pi, right, minus what I have there, sine theta. So here you note that this is the value of theta in radian. So r square by 2, it will be theta simply now in radian minus sine theta. But they have not given us this only sine theta in the option. They have given in half angle. So that can be written as 2 sine theta by 2 cos theta by 2. You shall know the half angle formula for sine. Okay, so hence what are we obtaining? The answer is half r square times theta minus 2 times sine theta by 2 cos theta by 2. And hence the key for this question was the option number B. Alright, I hope you are clear on this. Next question. There is a triangle and a parallelogram which have equal areas and equal bases. There is a parallelogram and there is a triangle. They have same areas. Areas are same for these two figures. What else is same is their bases. Okay, base are same. Now they said if the altitude of the triangle is k times that of the altitude of parallelogram. So altitude of parallelogram I'll take h1. Altitude of triangle I'll take h2. So they said h2, that is of the triangle, is k times h1. So what should be the value of k? You know, when the area of the parallelogram is same as area of the triangle, you shall equate their area. So half into base into height, what was it? H1 I took, right? So this is equals to, area of parallelogram formula is base into height. So we have base into height h1 equals to half into base into height, which is h2. So base is cancelling because bases were same for these figures, right? So what are we getting? h1 equal to h2 by 2. So means which we can write this as h2 equal to 2h1. So compare now these two equations. What we obtain? K is equals to 2, and hence the key for this particular question was the option number, yes, option B, right? I hope solutions of all the questions that have come in Series 2 2020 Mathematics paper based upon the topic of areas and perimeters are clear to you. You can subscribe to our courses, Serious Mathematics course, to have the detailed understanding about the topic, the important topics, their important formulas, their importance for your serious written examination to score the maximum marks, right, by preparing strategically for your upcoming serious written exam. So you can log on to learn.ssbcrackexams.com webpage or download the mobile app SSB Crack Exams from Google Play Store for all the required notifications and updates for your upcoming defense written examination. And you have to also stay tuned to SSB Crack Exams for more such sessions on Series 2 2020 Mathematics paper Q&A. Hello serious aspirants, welcome back to SSB Crack Exams. I hope if you have appeared for Series 2 2020 examination, you did very well in mathematics paper because this time most of the questions from many topics were of easy level in Series 2 2020 examination. And if you are an aspirant and aspiring to write the upcoming serious written examination, you can subscribe to our serious courses to know the detailed strategic plan and the important topics to prepare for to get the maximum score in your upcoming serious written examination. And this is another session wherein I am describing to you the solutions of questions that were part in Series 2 2020 examination, okay, in the mathematics paper. And we are this time back with the topic LCM and HCF of polynomials. Alright, so here is the very first question I would like to discuss. What is the HCF of polynomials? And the two polynomials are, one is the degree 6 polynomial and other is the degree 3 polynomial. Okay, so you know that to find the HCF of polynomials, you shall follow the process of division, right? So you will be using the division algorithm to divide the higher degree polynomial provided in the question by the lower degree polynomial. So let us then divide, but before that try to check the lower degree polynomial. Could you factorize it and keep it ready for the same? So yes, we could, but we have to recall this identity a plus b whole cube. Do you remember? This is a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube, isn't it? So accordingly, this expression, you know, the second polynomial, that is x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus 1 can be written as x plus 1 the whole cube. You can check by expanding this x plus 1 the whole cube with the above formula mentioned to you. Alright, so this is we are done with, and now let's begin with the actual process of finding HCF. So that we will be dividing this polynomial by the cubic polynomial provided in the question. So I'd like to go to the next line. So let's the division process begin by taking the dividend polynomial, which is the higher degree polynomial from the provided question, that was x to the power 6 onwards. But be careful while writing the terms, that whichever the power terms are missing in the descending order of the power, you can write it as along with coefficient 0. So here the power 5 term is missing, power 3 term is missing. So what I do is I write them as plus 0 x to the power 5. Then we have power 4 term, so minus 3 x to the power 4. Then the cube term is missing, so plus 0 x cube. Then square term is given 3x square in plus, and minus 1 they have given, so I would write 0x and then minus 1, just for the convenient process of division, because we might get in the process of division this missing power terms also. So you better you take it in the division, this dividend polynomial with the coefficient 0. And what is the divisor polynomial? It's a lower degree polynomial, that's x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus 1 provided in the question. So let's begin the process now. So now we want this, first of all, x to the power 6 from this x cube term. So we multiplied by x cube. X cube into x cube, x to the power 6. X cube into 3x square is 3x to the power 5. X cube into 3x is plus 3x to the power 4. X cube into 1 is plus x cube. And you know that you have to change the sign for the subtraction, because by subtraction sign will get changed. And what's the resultant of this subtraction? You are getting them as minus 3x to the power 5, minus 6x to the power 4, minus x cube, and the remaining term plus 3x square plus 0x minus 1. And now the process requires from this x cube this minus 3x to the power 5. So we shall multiply it by minus 3x square. Agree? So minus 3x square into x cube will be minus 3x to the power 5. Minus 3x square into plus 3x square will be minus 9x to the power 4. Minus into plus, that is minus 9x to the power 3. Minus into plus, minus 3x square. And again change the sign so that you can move ahead with the subtraction. Right? Because subtraction is the change of sign. So what is the resultant now? The resultant is that 3x to the power 4, because this term is cancelling. Then plus 9 minus 1 will be plus 8x cube, plus 3 will be 6x square, then plus 0x minus 1. And now the process demands you to get this 3x to the power 4 from this x cube. So we require plus 3x. So plus 3x into x cube will be 3x to the power 4. Plus 3 into plus 3 will be 9x to the power, right, 3. Then plus 3x into 3x will be plus 9x square. Then plus 3x into 1 will be plus 3x. And again change the sign before you move on. So minus, 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 minus. And its resultant I would like to write on the next line. So see, resultant is that this term get cancelled, power 4. And plus 8 minus 9 is yielding you there. Minus, what do you yield? Minus x cube, and plus 6 minus 9 there was, so minus 3x square, plus 0 minus 3 minus 3x and minus 1. Okay, and now let me here write for you this divisor polynomial, because still we have the process to continue. So it was x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus 1 to get it from. This was the divisor polynomial. So these are missing, we had already in the previously. Now from this x cube we required what? This minus x cube. And what was the quotient we obtained so far? This one. Let me write for you here. It was x cube minus 3x square plus 3x we obtained so far. And now we want from this x cube this minus x cube. So minus 1. So minus 1 into x cube is minus x cube, minus 1 into plus is 3x square, minus 1 into plus is minus 3x, minus 1 into plus is minus 1 into plus 1 is minus 1. And now let's change the sign. So it's plus, plus, plus. So what's the subtraction? You could see it's a 0, right? So remainder is clearly 0. So we obtain what? The factorization, this x to the power 6, right? What was that polynomial? X to the power 6 minus 3x to the power 4 plus 3x square minus 1, we obtain it to be the divisor, which we noted that it is x plus 1 cube. And the quotient, do you know this quotient? This quotient is x minus 1 the whole cube. You can check. Expand this x minus 1 whole cube, you will get this expression. So it's x minus 1 the whole cube, right? So this is the polynomial 1, P1, and the P2 polynomial in the question was this polynomial x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus 1, which we noted already as x plus 1 cube. So we factored polynomial 1, we factored polynomial 2. So what will be the HCF? HCF will be the highest common factor. And what is that? Did you note it? The highest common factor in both the polynomial is this divisor polynomial only. So that was x plus 1 the whole cube, and hence the answer it was x plus 1 the whole cube. And hence the key for this question was the option number D only. Alright, so here now we begin with the next question that was based upon the LCM and HCF of polynomials. The HCF and the LCM of two polynomials are 3x plus 1 and 30x cube plus 7x square minus 10x minus 3 respectively. And if one polynomial is known to you, which is quadratic polynomial, then what is the other polynomial from the options? So let us now first of all note down what we have in the question. We have the HCF polynomial, so we denote it by H, and that is given to be 3x plus 1. We have the LCM polynomial, and that is 30x cube plus 7x square minus 10x minus 3. We have one polynomial. That one polynomial I would like to denote it by this px. Alright. So that is provided to be 6x square plus 5x plus 1. And the other polynomial is unknown, so that I would let it to be qx for convenience. So qx is unknown to us. So now what is that understanding and the concepts here to use for to find this? Yeah, you remember that the important relationship between the LCM, HCF and the given number, same valid for the polynomials. That HCF and the LCM product for a given two polynomial will be same as product of the polynomials. This we know, star mark. So in this we substitute the given and try to get the unknown. So let's substitute then. We know the H, that is 3x plus 1. We know the L, right? And we have to find what? Qx. So here I can set up the equation for it, that this Qx can be written as H into L upon P of x. And hence on the next line I would take Qx, I would obtain by this 3x plus 1 multiplied by LCM polynomial 30x cube plus 7x square minus 10x minus 3 and divided by 6x square plus 5x plus 1. Now hold down, see, you have the HCF polynomial linear. You cannot divide the linear polynomial by quadratic, but you can divide this cubic polynomial by this quadratic. So do so and try to get the answer for this division of two polynomials, so that we can multiply it with this 3x plus 1 to get the required qx. So yes, we have to follow the division process now. So here is the division we'll do for it. So it's 30x cube plus 7x square minus 10x minus 3 to divided by 6x square plus 5x plus 1. Now we want 30x cube from the 6x square. So you require plus 5x, right? 5x into 6x square will be 30x cube. 5x into 5x will be 25x square. 5x into 1 will be plus 5x, and subtract, right? Minus, minus, minus. Don't confuse here. This is not minus. So what are we getting the resultant? These terms cancel. Plus 7 minus 25. What is the resultant? Right? It will be minus 18x square. Then we have this minus 5 minus 10 minus 15x minus 3. And now we want what? From this 6x square, we want this minus 18x square. So it's minus 3 product. Minus 3 into 6 will be minus 18x square. Then minus 3 into plus 5 will be minus 15x, isn't it? Minus into plus. So minus 15x and minus 3 into plus 1 is plus 3. So what do you get? Let us write here. We are getting the resultant by subtraction. So we will change the sign. So it's plus, plus, minus. So you would see that here plus minus 18 cancel, plus minus 15 cancel, plus 3 minus 3 cancel. So we are getting the remainder 0. Means what do we obtain? We obtain that this polynomial 30x cube plus 7x square minus 10x minus 3 can be written as the polynomial product, that is 5x minus 3 multiplied by 6x square plus 3 plus 5x plus 1, because the remainder of this division is 0. So what we would do, we'll come back to our step, that qx was this 3x plus 1 multiplied by dividend. Dividend we got to be these factors. So 5x minus 3 into 6x square plus 5x plus 1, and this was divided by 6x square plus 5x plus 1. So we saw that the remainder was 0. So the common factor is getting cancelled, and now you get your qx by multiplying these two linear polynomials. So 3x into 5x, it's 15x square. 3x into minus 3, minus 9x, plus 1 into 5, plus 5x, plus 1 into minus 3, minus 3. What do we get? 15x squared minus 4x minus 3. And hence the key for this question was the option D. Alright, so little time consuming maybe, but you have to be accurate in your solving to get the correct answers to questions based on LCM and HCF of polynomials. Alright, so I hope you are clear upon the solutions. Please stay tuned to SSB Crack exams for more such sessions on Series 2 2020 Mathematics paper Q&A. Hello everyone, welcome back to SSB Crack exams. I am Lakshmi and I am back with another session in Series 2 2020 Mathematics paper Q&A. This time we will be covering the solutions of questions that were specifically on profit and loss concepts. Alright, so here we begin with the very first question part of this Series 2 2020 Mathematics paper. A person sold an article for rupees 75. Which cost him rupees X. He finds that he realized X% profit on his outlay. See, outlay means he spent the amount, right? The spending only, okay? So what is X equal to? Is it 20%? Is it 25%? Is it 50%? Or is it 100%? So clearly in the question, we are known to SP, we are known to CP, and we are known to profit percent. So it's straightforward, the usage of the profit percent formula, right? That profit percent is defined as profit upon CP into 100, wherein the profit P we calculated by SP minus CP. We know in this particular example, SP is rupees 75 and CP is rupees X, whereas the profit percent is given to be X%. And hence, on the next line, substitute the values in the formula. So X is equals to 75 minus X upon X into 100. So we can, simplify this as X square equal to 75 minus X into 100. That becomes 7500 minus 100X, right? And now this is giving you a quadratic equation in X. Did you notice that? So this is the required quadratic equation which we can solve it by splitting method, that is splitting of the middle term. So you know that this 7500 can be factored as 150 and 50, so that we will have the required factors, that is X plus 150 and X minus 50, because we want the plus 100. Okay, this is equals to 0, which is values of X as negative 150 and the positive 50, out of which one you have to pick up? Yes, the positive, because X cannot be minus 150, hence we have to say X is 50, and hence we have got the answer to our question. That's the option number C. Alright, coming upon to the next question now. If a television set is sold at rupees X, a loss of 28% would be occurred. But if it sold it at Y, a profit of 12% would be occurred. So there are two SPs here. One is X, other is Y. One is with the loss 28%, other is with the profit 12%. So what is the ratio of y to x we have to determine? So we can understand here that there is a one price same. What is that? CP. CP of the television set is same. So you know the formula of CP? When you know the SP, loss percent, and right, or SP and profit percent. CP can be calculated when you know the loss percent as SP into 100 upon 100 minus X, where this X is what? This X is the indication of that loss percent. So here might you get confused, so I won't take this notation X. I would say A, okay, where what is A? A is 28%. So we know that here we get the CP equal to SP for the first scenario, right? What was the SP? SP was X. So X into 100 upon 100 minus 28, which you know you get it as X into 100 upon 72. But we also know that if it is sold for rupees Y, then the CP becomes Y times 100 upon 100 plus profit percent. When it is profit, here it is 12%. So 12% means here the formula I'll take B, whereas B is known to us 12%, right? So CP this case becomes what? It's Y times 100 upon 112. Now to find the ratio, we could see that left hand sides are same for this equation and this equation. So equate them. So X into 100 upon 72 same as Y into 100 upon 112, out of which 100 cancel both sides and X upon Y. But what is the question demanding? Y upon X, right? So I will write Y upon X is equals to 112 upon 72, isn't it? So dividing it by 4, or you can say 2 tables. So 2, 3, 2, 6, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 1, 2, 8, 2, 2, 2, 8, 2, 9, 2, 1, 2, 4. So what are we getting? Y by X. That is the ratio of Y to X. It's 14:9. And hence the key for this particular question was the option number D. Alright, coming upon to the next question, and here it is. The number of atoms in a booklet is N. In a booklet, there are total N atoms. In the first year, there is an increase of X% in this number, and in the subsequent year, there is a decrease of the X%. At the end of 2 years, what will be the number of atoms in the booklet? Are they less than N, equal to N, more than N, or it depends on N? We shall determine. So first of all, what was the very first criteria? They said that in the first year they said that the booklet N, right, it's an increase of X%. So means first year calculation I am doing, right? So the change is, the first year changes N plus X% of N, that is N plus Xn upon 100, that is N common out 100 plus X upon 100 is the change by first year. But in the next year, this existent amount by end of first year is getting decreased by X%. So by second year now, what will be the change? The change in the atoms will be the existing by that beginning N into 100 plus X upon 100 minus, there was a decrease, right, X% of this amount, 100 plus X upon 100. So let's solve this. So here we could see that, here I missed writing N, okay. So N is common, we could see that it's 100 plus X upon 100 minus X% means X upon 100. So here we'll have X into 100 plus X upon 100 into 100. So we make the denominator same, right? So in the bracket, numerator change to 10,000 plus 100x minus 100x minus x square upon 10,000, right? So we could see the simplification now. This is equals to N times 10,000 minus x square upon 10,000, which can be written as n times 1 minus x square upon 10,000. So you could see that this quantity in the bracket is strictly less than 1 because it's 1 minus, right? So less than 1 means less than 1 multiplied by n will be obviously less than n. And hence what we obtain by end of the second year, the number of atoms are less than n. And hence the key for this particular question, we obtain it to be the option A. That at the end of 2 years, what will be the number of atoms in the booklet? They will be obviously less than n. Alright, coming upon to the next question on profit and loss. A shopkeeper sells his articles at their cost price. He is selling articles at their cost price, alright, but using a faulty balance, which reads 1000 grams for 800 grams. So, instead of using the actual 1000 gram, he is using is 800 grams. So, he is getting obviously profit, and that profit is because of the weight, right? And what is that weight difference, right? So that difference, the weight difference is, we could see it is 1000 grams minus 800 grams, so 200 grams, right? So for every selling of 800 grams, he is earning 200 grams because he is using the faulty weight. For every 800 gram is showing for a customer 1000 grams. So 200 gram he is getting the weight in his balance, right? So what is the actual profit? So profit is totally dependent on this earning that he is getting in terms of weight. So this case, what and how do you calculate profit percentage? This gain, that is the profit in terms of weight he is getting, out of what weight he is getting that profit? By by cost of 800 grams only, right? 800 into 100. Understood the problem? So here we have this 201, 204, so 100 by 4 is 25%. So I hope you understood this problem solution very easily, right? It's a very simple, see, when you are about to find the profit, understand that what is that amount or the quantity that giving the profit to the shopkeeper. It was the 200 gram over that 800 grams that he was selling off as a 1000 gram by using the faulty weight, right? So 200 grams for every 800 gram, accordingly he is actually earning 25%, and hence the key to this particular question, we obtain it to be option B. I hope solutions of all the questions based upon profit and loss concepts are clear to you that were part in Series 2 2020 Mathematics paper. Please stay tuned to SSB Crack exams and do subscribe to our defense written exam courses. To crack your required defense exam, you have to visit to learn.ssbcrackexams.com webpage or download SSB Crack Exams mobile app from Google Play Store to subscribe to your aspiring defense written exam course. So all the very best, all of you, and please stay tuned to SSB Crack Exams. Hello everyone, welcome back to another session by SSB Crack Exams for Series 2 2020 Maths Paper Q&A. This time, let's understand the detailed solutions of questions that were particularly based on the algebraic concepts, the quadratic equations and inequations. So we will be considering and discussing the questions based on this particular topic. But before we move on, let me recall once again, if you are not a learner of us, do check out all our series or the other defense written examination based courses just by logging on to our webpage learn.ssbcrackexams.com or by downloading our mobile app SSB Crack Exams from Google Play Store. Alright, so here is the question based upon the topic of quadratic equation and part in Series 2 2020 examination. If the roots of a quadratic equation x square minus 4x minus log of n to the base 10 is equals to 0 are real roots, then what is the minimum value of n? Yes, you shall here recall the important concepts of discriminant, because you know that discriminant is the d whose value determine the nature of roots for a quadratic equation. You know that the discriminant d is defined as b square minus 4ac for a quadratic equation of the form ax square plus, right, bx plus c equals to 0. You know the three important conditions that when d is greater than 0, roots are real and distinct. Roots are real and distinct, and when you know this d is equals to 0, you know that roots will be real and equal, right? Roots will be real and equal. And you know the third criteria that when d is less than 0, roots are not real, right? So here what they said in the question, roots are real. So real means it can be of the type real and distinct, or it can be of the type real and equal. So means we have to take for this particular equation discriminant nature to be greater than equals to 0. Agree? Right? So that we will be in position to get the minimum value. And understand here, when d is greater than equal to 0, as per the equality, we can get the value of n, because after that, see, d is either 0 or above 0. So with equal to 0, we can easily determine the minimum value. After that, the d greater than 0, the value of n will be above that. Very easy question, right? So let's now move on to the next line and rewrite the given quadratic equation, that is x square minus 4x minus log of n to the base 10 equals to 0. And note here the coefficients. Small a is 1, small b is minus 4, and c is minus log of n to the base 10. And yes, of course, we are using the discriminant formula. So d is equals to, what's the formula? You know that it is equals to b square minus 4ac. So this is equals to minus 4 square minus 4 into 1 into minus log of n to the base 10. Isn't it? So this is equals to 16 minus into minus plus 4 log of n to the base 10. Now what they had provided to us, that roots are real. So this means that d is greater than equals to 0, which means that the value of d, that is 16 plus 4 log of n to the base 10, is greater than equals to 0. And we want just the minimum value of n. We are not interested in the range of values of n. So for minimum, what we can do is we can take the equality, right? So we will take 16 is equals to minus 4 times log of n to the base 10. It can be more simplified as log of n to the base 10 equals to minus 4, that is 16 divided by minus 4. Now you know that the conversion of logarithmic form to the indices form. You know that log of a to the base 10 equal to b can be written as a is equals to 10 to the power b. Isn't it? So similarly, we are here getting the equation n is equals to what? 10 to the power minus 4. So that is 1 on 10 to the power 4, that is 1 on 40. So 1 upon 10,000, and hence we obtain the minimum value of n here. It's option number D, 1 on 1000. So 1 upon 1000 is the required minimum value of n. It can be above this. It is the minimum value, and we got it with d equal to 0, because d was greater than equal to 0 as per the question criteria for the provided quadratic equation, isn't it? So here we now move on with the next question. And this question here we have a what problem, that there is a 60-page book. What is it? A 60-page book which has n lines per page. Let's make a note of these details. Number of pages are how many? They are 16 number. And in one page, how many lines are there? N lines are there. So means 60 pages comprise of what space of paper? It will be total 60 n lines. So total pages which they provided to us, total pages will comprise of 60 n lines. Agree? Because one page n lines, so 60 pages, 60 n lines. So this will be the space of the page, isn't it? Agree to this fact? Now let's move on to read further, that if the number of lines were reduced by 3 in each page, means in one page if you reduce the number of lines by 3. See, initially how many lines were there on one page? N. So now we are reducing it by 3. So means we are writing n minus 3 lines one page. So what is happening is that the number of pages which were 16 number, now this would have to be increased by 10. Means the number of pages for the line, this n minus 3 line per pages will be 60 plus 10. Agree? to give the same writing space. Means this criteria is also giving the same space. What was that space initially? 60n. So I have to equate this to 60n. Understood how you shall frame a question for such questions? Frame the equation for such questions. Got it? Simple. So we just taken up the required new lines that we want, the reduced by 3, so n minus 3 per page. So the pages are increased by 10, so 60 plus 10. So this is also covering the same space. What was the space initially? 60 pages, 1 page, n line. So it was 60n space. Yes, so let's simplify and solve this out. So n minus 3 times 60 plus 10, 70 is equals to 60n. Alright, this is a linear equation, no problem. It's from the algebraic concepts. So we are here getting this as 70n minus 210 equals to 60n. Simplify and get the answer. 10n is equals to 210, which gives n is equals to 21. So we obtain the value of n, and hence the key for this question is option B. Alright, I hope you are clear upon the solutions. Please stay tuned to SSB Crack Exams for my next session on Series 2 2020 Mathematics Paper Q&A. Hello everyone, welcome back to SSB Crack Exams. I am Lakshmi, Maths Mentor. Welcome you back again in another session based upon the Series 2 2020 Maths Paper Q&A. This time, we will be discussing and understanding the detailed solutions of the questions that were part in this paper based upon the topic of linear equations. Alright, so let's begin, and before that, let me tell you, if you are a serious aspirant and aspiring to write the upcoming serious written examination, you can do check the serious courses for all the detailed content, and to access it, so you have to log on to learn.ssbcrackexams.com webpage, or you have to download a mobile app SSB Crack Exams for all the latest defense exams related notifications and updates. So you have to stay tuned also to the SSB Crack Exams for all such sessions on Series 2 2020 paper. So here we begin for this particular topic, that is linear equation. Now the question number 1. Alright, so the sum of the digits of a 2-digit number is 13. What is provided? There is a 2-digit number, and the sum of the digits of that 2-digit number is 13, and the difference between the number and the number that is formed by reversing the digits is 27. We know the two criteria. One is sum of digits, second difference between the 2-digit numbers, and there are two. One is the original number and other is the number obtained by reversing the digits in the original number, and that difference is provided to be 27. So we shall find the product of digits of that number. So we have to assume the number. Then let's assume the 2-digit number by assuming the digits at ones and tens place to be, okay, ones place be y and tens place be x. So the required 2-digit number, how do you write? Right, as per the place values, it will be 10x plus y. So this number is original number, please note it. So when you are reversing the digits, it will become 10y plus x. Agree? So now let's come on to the first condition, the first criteria in the question. So according to question, I am writing now condition number 1, that sum of digits, that is x plus y, is 13. And the second equation is the difference between the number. Original number is 10x plus y. Its difference with the 10y plus x, that is the number obtained by reversing the digits. This is given to be 27. Let's simplify. It's a 10x minus x, 9x. Y minus 10y, it's minus 9y equals to 27. See, divided by 9 to see the equation, x minus y equal to 27 divided by 9, that is 3. So we are clear that we have obtained the equation 1, we have obtained the equation 2. We have to solve these two equations simultaneously, right? You know the elimination method, you know the substitution method, you know cross multiplication. But elimination is always the easiest method to go ahead with, right? So I'll be using the same. So x plus y equal to 13, x minus y equal to 3. We have this, right? So we are adding them so that we can eliminate y, as we notice, plus y minus y 0. So 2x is equals to 16, providing us the value of x here, that is 8. And accordingly, the value of y we substitute, we calculate by substituting the value of x in equation 1 or 2. So 1 I am preferring, so y is 13 minus x, which is nothing but 13 minus 8, that is equals to 5. So what is the number? Number was 10x plus y, isn't it? So number is alright, we will calculate, but the question was different. Question was about to find the product of digits. So we calculate now the product of digits as required in the question. So digits product is x into y, and that is 40, that is 8 into 5, right? It's a product of value of x with the value of y. Alright, so hence the key for this question was the option B. Alright, coming upon to the next question on linear equation, and this was very good question based upon the concepts of ages. Let's read and understand. Anna was born 4 years after her parents' marriage. Understand the situation. Anna was born 4 years after her parents' marriage. So suppose marriage was happened on the year M. So then Anna was born. When she was born? After 4 years means M plus 4 years she has born on. Alright. Her mother is 3 years younger than her father. So I would here denote the mother age. So I would here say that this M to be the marriage only. So I would change this notation so that you not get confused by it. So I'll write here particularly the spelling of it. Now this M indicate age of mom. F will indicate age of father, and Anna, Eve, I will take the notation to indicate the age of Anna. Alright, got the notations? So let's write now. Her mother is 3 years younger than her father. So mother's age is father's age minus 3. Agree to this fact because she is younger. Now, and they said 24 years older than Anna. Who? Mother. So mother itself is 24 years older than Anna. So Anna's age I taken E. So mother's age is E plus 24 also. So mother's age is F minus 3 relative to father, and mother's age is E plus 24 relative to Anna. Alright. And now they said that this mother was 24 years older than Anna, who is 13 years old now. Means Anna's age is known to us. Today's age of Anna. The present age of Anna is how much? It is 13 years. So Anna's age we know now. We have to just go by step up to come to the answer to the question that what they asked. At what age did Anna's father get married? We have to find the on marriage. What was the age of father? So we have to find the age of father, but it is on the date of marriage, by the date of marriage, the year of marriage, right? So alright, so we'll go one by one step back. We know the Anna's age, so we'll be getting the mother's age first. So mother's age will be what? The present age, 13 plus 24, it will be 37. This will be the age of mother present as per the Anna's age. Now to find the age of father at present, we can use this first equation that relates to mother's and father's age, right? So father's age will be what? It will be mother's age plus 3. We obtain father's age to be 37. So 37 plus 3 will be how much? 40 years. So 40 years is the age of father at present. But question is demanding you to calculate age of father when he got married, right? So for that we shall write the required age of father as. How do you write? See, the present age. From that we have to subtract the age of Anna, who is 13 years now because she was not there, right, at the time of marriage. So we will be subtracting the age of Anna. Not only that, we got to know that as per the question, Anna was born after 4 years of marriage. So we have to subtract those 4 years also, right? So we get the required now 40 minus 17, that is equals to 23 years, and that was the age of father of Anna, right? So Anna's father's age we found it when he got married, and that is the answer. That's option number C, right key for this particular question. Alright, coming upon to the next question, and this was again relative to the ages problem. Let's understand. Mahesh is 60 years old. Let's write. While reading such question, you always write the steps of understanding that you are getting, because you have to follow the step by step to arrive at the correct answer. So I'll denote M to be the age of Mahesh, and I would write here M is equals to 60 years. Alright. And Ram is 5 years younger to Mahesh. Means I know the age of Ram also. What is it? It is 60 minus 5 because he is younger. So hence he has to be 55 years old. Alright, and there is another person who is Raju, and how it is relative to the Ram's age. See, let's read the term again. Let's read the statement again, that Ram is 5 years younger to Mahesh and 4 years elder to Raju. Means Ram is elder to Raju. Means who is younger here? Raju. And Raju is younger than Ram. And that too, how many years? 4 years. So, shall I write then Raju's age is 55 minus 4? Agree to this fact? See, you have to understand the statements properly to set up the equations. See, Mahesh is 60 years old, noted. Ram is 5 years younger to Mahesh, means Mahesh age 60 means Ram's age is 55. But this Ram is older, or you say elder than Raju. So, means Raju is younger than Ram. How many years? 4 years. So, Raju's age we got to be 51. We subtracted 4 years from the age of Ram. Got it? Now, there is another person, Babu, who is younger brother of Raju. So, Raju's age now we know. So, we can now write the Babu's age. Babu is younger brother of Raju and he is 6 years younger. Means we can write the age of Babu, that is 51 minus 6. So, how many? 45 years is the age of Babu. Now, the question demanding you to write the age difference between the Mahesh and the Babu. Let's write the required difference then. Required difference is the difference between age of Mahesh and age of Babu. But to arrive at the age of Babu, we followed step by step instructions in the question, isn't it? So, what are we getting then? Required difference, Mahesh age minus Babu's age, right? Mahesh's age was given to be 60. Babu's age we obtained to be 45. So, the required difference is 15 years. And hence, the right key for this particular question was the option number B. Alright, I hope you got very clearly understanding about the solution for the questions that were part in Series 2 2020 mathematics paper for the topic of linear equation. More or less, these questions on ages are, the logical thinking base. You need to follow the instructions, set up the equations and get the answer done. So, alright, you have to stay tuned to SSB Crack exams for more such sessions on Series 2 2020 mathematics course, and also you can check out the Series courses by logging on to our webpage learn.ssbcrackexams.com or download our mobile app SSB Crack Exams from Google Play Store to subscribe to any defense written examination based courses. Alright. Hello everyone, welcome back to SSB Crack Exams. Welcome to yet another session by us on Series 2 2020 Mathematics Paper Q&A. This time we will be discussing all the questions, detailed solutions for the topic of surface areas and volumes of solid. That is the topic under the main topic mensuration, which is one of the important topic, and that topic base were the highest question in Series 2 2020. So we are covering in this particular session the questions which are relative to the solids, right? So we'll be talking about the surface areas and volumes concepts of all the relative solids. So let's move ahead, but before that, let me recall once again for you, if you are not yet a subscriber for our courses, do subscribe and check out our serious courses by logging on to our webpage learn.ssbcrackexams.com, or you can download our mobile app SSB Crack Exams from Google Play Store to subscribe to serious courses. So here is the very first question that was part in Series 2 2020 mathematics paper based upon the topic surface areas and volumes of solid. Alright, so the question was, the volumes of two cones are in the ratio 1:4. There are two cones and their ratio, the ratio of their volume is 1:4, and they given that their diameters are in the ratio 4:5. So, what is the ratio of their heights? Is it 25:64, 16:25, 9:16 or 5:9? We have to determine. So, very easy question this was, I must say, because simply see, we have just given to follow. So, we have first of all, let us to note V1 by V2 ratio, where V1 indicate the volume of first cone and V2 indicate the volume of second cone, and this is the ratio given to be 1/4. So, what you supposed to know? The formula of volume of cone. Without that, you cannot proceed with the solution of the question, isn't it? So, this chapter being a formula based chapter, and always tells learners that this surface areas and volume and the areas and perimeter chapters are scoring chapter in the sense they are simply formula based chapter. One must know all the formulas to easily answer with full confidence each and every question on this topic, because this is highest question based topic and one of the scoring topic for your serious mathematics paper. All right, so V1 by V2 we have 1 by 4. Let's recall the volume of cone formula. It is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Now there are two cones, so what we do is we write as 1 by 3 pi r1 square h1 upon 1 by 3 pi r2 square h2, and this ratio is provided to be 1 by 4. So we could see the simplification that this 1 by 3 pi cancels, right? And here we have this h1 upon h2 ratio which we supposed to find out. This is equals to 1 by 4 times r2 square upon r1 square. Now r1, r2 are radii of the cones and we are known to them because we know the ratio of the diameters. You know that when you have the diameter d1 by d2 ratio, this ratio will be same for the ratio of their radii, because diameter is what? It's like 2r1 for d1 and 2r2 for d2, and you have this 2 cancels. So the ratio of diameters will be same as ratio of the radii only, right? So 4 by 5 only. So here let's substitute that value. So on the next line I would like to take up this. So h1 upon h2 we obtain it to be 1 by 4 times r2 square upon r1 square, out of which we obtain this as 1 by 4 into r2 by r1 ratio. How do you get? See, r1 by r2 you got it 4 by 5. So by invertendo property of ratio, r2 by r1 will become what? 5 upon 4, isn't it? So r2 by r1 is equals to 5 upon 4. So let's substitute here. So it's 25 upon 16 because it's square, isn't it? The square of this is square of this. So we are obtaining this as 25 upon 64. So the required ratio is 25:64, and hence the right key for this particular question is the option A. Let's check out the options now. So the correct key for this question is option A only. Alright, coming upon to the next question on this particular topic. The length, breadth and height of a brick are respectively 20 centimeter, 15 centimeter and 10 centimeter. The number of bricks required to construct a wall, okay, and wall is of dimension 45 meter in length, 0.15 meter in breadth and 3 meter in height. So how many bricks are required? So this is simply a formula where you are equating the two volumes, because here you are using volume of one brick to occupy to make a wall, right, which comprise of number of bricks. So we need to find this number of bricks. So you know that for such problems how the formula goes, V1 is equals to K times V2, where this K is the number we required in the question. So this here the K is number of bricks. So what is this V1? V1 is the volume of this, the main that is the wall that we are constructing with the help of bricks, right? So V1 is the volume of wall which consists of number of bricks, and V2 will be the volume of each brick. So how many such bricks we are required, we need to find. And you know that brick as well as the wall both are which solid they are in the shape of cuboid, right? So yes, of course we have to recall here volume of cuboid formula. So what's the volume of cuboid formula? It's LBH, where length is L, breadth is B and height is H. So let's then write about the V1. So for V1 I would like to take capital L, capital B, capital H just for the notation sake, and K times V2, the volume of the brick, I would write it as small l, small b, small h. Alright, now let's substitute the values, but be careful here about the units. We have for a brick the dimensions which are expressed in centimeter, and for wall we have dimension in meter. So you have to prefer only one unit, right? So we will be preferring it as, okay, the centimeters, or you can prefer it as meters. So let's check out. So if I would prefer to convert this meters, because in meters we have the decibels, so I would like to prefer that to convert into centimeters. So what I do is this capital L, when I write, it's a 45 meter into then 0.15 meters into then we have 3 meters. So this has to multiply by how many hundreds? 300, because 1 meter equal to 100 centimeters. So 100 into 100 into 100. So this is equals to K times, what is small l? It's 20, small b 15 and small h is 10 in centimeters. So, right, it's very clear that left hand side we have centimeter cube, right hand side also we have centimeter cube, right, and both are of the same unit because we are equating V1 equal to K V2 volume. So their unit get cancelled. So K will be unitless quantity, it's a number, right. So on the next line then, how do you obtain K? K is equals to 45 into 0.15 into 3 into 100 into 100 into 100, right. It will be how much? 10 lakhs, right. So this is divided by, we had 20 into 15 into 10. So let's simplify. See, we have here to get rid of this decimal. So you can, multiply with this one of the 10. So what we can write is 45 into, see, 100 will take. So there are two places of decimal. So 15 into 3 into, we will have now the 4 zeros remaining because 100 we have multiplied with 0.15. So we have 10,000 remaining. So this is divided by 20 into 10. So it's 200 into 15. So we could see the simplification now, right. So this 2 zeros cancel and this 2 1, this 100 you are dividing by 2. So it's 50. So we could see that K we are getting it to be 45 into 3 into 50. How much? 3 5s are 15, so 150, and now, so it's a 15 5s are 75, carry 7, 15 4s are 60, 60 plus 7, 67. So K we are obtaining, and that is the number of bricks 6750, and hence the correct key was the option C for this particular question. Let's come on to the next question now on the surface areas and volumes. The surface areas of two spheres are in the ratio. We have the surface area S1 and S2 ratio for two spheres, okay, and the ratio is 1:4. And we are asked to find the ratio of their volumes, alright. So you shall know for this particular question, formula for surface area of sphere as well as volume of sphere. So first of all, as we know the ratio of the surface area, so we know the formula. It's a 4 pi r square. So for sphere 1, we will write it as 4 pi r1 square. For sphere 2, we write it as 4 pi r2 square equals to 1/4 we have. So we could see 4 5 cancels and we will get the ratio there, r1 square by r2 square equal to 1/4. And radii are positive numbers, right? So we will take the positive square root. So we could see r1 by r2 ratio is 1/2 by taking square root both sides. So we can write r2 as 2 times r1 by cross multiplying this terms in the ratio, alright. So we have this relation. Now we take up this to determine the ratio of the volumes. So we know volume of the sphere, what is that? It's 4/3 times pi r cube. So therefore we have V1 by V2 ratio is equals to 4/3 pi r1 cube upon 4/3 pi r2 cube, isn't it? Out of which the constants get cancelled and we will remain with r1 cube by r2 cube, and there also we know the value of r2 in terms of r1. So r1 cube I will write as it is, r2 cube is 2 r1 the bracket cube, because see we had r2 equal to 2 times r1, isn't it? So we would see here we get it 1/8, isn't it? Because r1 cube by r1 cube cancels and 2's cube is 8. So what's the ratio we obtain for the volumes? 1:8, and hence the key for this question was option D. Alright, coming upon to the next question on this particular topic. How many solid lead balls, each of the diameter 2 mm, can be made from a solid lead ball of radius 8 centimeter? So this is a problem of recasting. We are making solid lead balls. How many we can make, we have to determine. So solid lead balls we are making, and each ball, each solid lead ball is of diameter 2 mm. So we say this notation to be D1 first of all. So 2 mm is the diameter, means what is R1? The radius of that lead, it is 1 mm. 1 mm means how much? How many centimeters? 1/10 centimeter. Right, because 10 mm makes 1 centimeter, you know that. So that is fine. And we have to make these solid lead balls with the help of a solid lead ball which is bigger in size, which is of the radius 8 centimeter. So we denote it by R2. It is in centimeter. So we have to again, yes, use that equation that here there is a recasting. So volumes are getting converted. So volume of the bigger solid lead ball, that is the V2 here, will be converted into K times V1. Okay, because we are making these solid lead balls of diameters 1 mm each. How many we can make? With the help of the one of the big solid lead ball, which is V2 volume, right? So what's the formula of lead ball? Lead ball is a shape of sphere, right? So for sphere we know the formula is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So for V2 we will be writing that formula 4 by 3 pi r2 cube. And for V1 we will be writing the formula 4 by 3 pi r1 cube. So we could see simplification here, that 4 by 3 cancels from both the sides, and we are remain with r2 cube is equals to k times r1 cube. That's it. And we are known to these parameters. R2 was 8 centimeters, so 8 cube. What was R1? It was 1 upon, right? It was 1 upon 10, the whole cube. So what are we getting? Let's calculate. 8 cube is 8 into 8 into 8, right? And see, from the right hand side we are getting 10 cubes. So 10 into 10 into 10 also here will come. This is equals to k, because 1 cube is 1. So k we are getting it to be, it's a cube of 8. You know what's a cube of 8? 8 8s are 64, 64 8s are, it's a 512. So this is multiplied by 1000. So we could see that k is equals to 512,000. And how much it's that, right? It's a 5,12,000, right? So the number of such lead balls can be made are nothing but the answer key, that's option number D, 5,12,000. Alright, coming upon to the next question, and this was one of the interesting question on this particular topic, part in series 2 2020. Understand the notations here, that this capital H, capital C and capital V stands for height, curved surface area and volume of a cone. This stands for height, surface area, that to curve, okay, curved surface area and the volume of cone. Then what is the value of this expression? Simple, you need to just substitute the required terms, required formula substitute and simplify to one of the form provided in the options. Very simple question this was. See, we'll start with the given expression. It's a 3 pi capital V capital H cube plus 9V square, isn't it? So this is equals to 3 pi times, what is V? V was the volume of cone. What's the volume of cone formula? It is 1 by 3 pi r. For radius they did not give the notation, we will take small r. Alright, so 1 by 3 pi r square h. For height they have given the notation h. Okay, so this is multiplied by what? We have the remaining part, that is h cube. Okay, so this is now plus with 9 times. What is V again? V is the volume of cone, and here we have V square to write about. V formula here I have written already, so it's square I have to write now. So it will be 1 by 9, right? Pi square r to the power 4, because r square is in the formula and V square means r square square, r to the power 4 into h square. So let's see the simplification now. We could see this 3 cancels. Right here 9 cancels, and this pi into pi, pi square r square capital H to the power 4 plus pi square r to the power 4 h square. So what are the terms common? Pi square, small r square, capital H square, these terms are common, and in the bracket we are remain with now h square plus r square. And you know what it is for a cone? It is the slant height. You know that for a cone, how this h, r and l are relative, right? This is h, this is l and this is r. You know that l square equal to h square plus r square for cone, right? This slant height formula. So here this value is nothing but, this expression is nothing but the l square. So what shall I write on the next line then? This is equals to pi square r square h square into l square. Right, so we are getting pi square r square h square L square. So out of which, if I combine this pi, r and L, so I know that makes the surface area, the curved surface area of cone. So I can keep aside this h square, so that I could express this as c square h square, because what was c? C was the CSA of cone, and CSA of cone is pi r L, you know very well, isn't it? And hence we have come to the answer, that's the option number A, that this expression equates to c square into h square, isn't it? Coming upon to the next question now, and this is also based on the understanding of notations provided, that this P, Q, R, S and T represents respectively length, breadth, height, surface area and volume of a cuboid. Until unless mentioned, we'll take the formula of surface areas, total surface area only. Okay, surface area means total surface area of that cuboid, and we have the volume of cuboid notation denoted by T. So we shall determine for this particular question value of the expression 1 by P, 1 by Q plus 1 by R, sum of 1 by P, 1 by Q and 1 by R. So let's determine and check which option matches with this value of the expression. Alright, so simple, we have first of all this on a line, that 1 by P plus 1 by Q plus 1 by R. Let's first of all make the denominator same. What's the LCM of denominators? PQR. So in the first term you shall adjust QR, so becomes PQR in the denominator. For second you shall adjust PR, then becomes denominator PQR. Then for the third we shall adjust PQ. Right? That way we obtain in the numerator PQ plus QR plus PR, and this is divided by PQR. Now what were P, Q and R? They were length, breadth and height. Means this denominator is nothing but the volume of cuboid formula, LBH, right? And the numerator we are missed with 2, because we know this surface area. What was the surface area notation? S, right? So we know that for a cuboid this surface area formula is 2 times the LB plus BH plus LH. But here the notations are PQR. So it's PQ plus QR plus PR. Right, so S by 2 we will get it to be PQ plus QR plus PR, means we are obtaining now the required answer, right? What is that? In the left hand side, see, in the right hand side we left with this part. So numerator is what then? It is S by 2, denominator is volume, and that is the notation T. So we got S upon 2T, and hence the key we obtain now, option number C. Alright, that it is surface area S upon 2 times the volume. Alright, coming upon to the next question, and in this particular question we have the radii of flat circular faces of a bucket are x and 2x respectively, means the radius 1 and radius 2, because you know the bucket is in the shape of what? It's a frustum of a cone, you know that. So hence there are 2 radii, respectively the top and the bottom circular faces. So they have given us, so we will just fix the notation, right? So the first upper radius say R1, the bottom surface radius say R2. So we have R1 value x, R2 value 2x as per the question. And if the height of the bucket is 3x, what is the height? Height of the bucket is 3x. So what is the capacity of the bucket? Capacity of the bucket is nothing but to find the volume of frustum of a cone. We shall find volume of frustum of a cone. So for that, of course, you shall recall yourself formula of volume of frustum of cone. Without that, you can't appear for such and this question, right? And they have provided particularly that you shall use value of pi to be 22 by 7. Alright, so on the next line then, let's find out the capacity of the bucket, right, is equals to the formula of volume of frustum of cone, which is 1 by 3 pi times R1 square plus R2 square plus R1 R2 multiplied by H. You shall know this formula, right? So now let's substitute the values as per the question. R1 we had x, so x square. R2 we had 2x, so 2x square means 4x square. R1 into R2, that is 2x square, because x into 2x. Into H we had 3x. Let's simplify. 3 cancels. So we obtain pi times this total addition in the bracket. What is it? 7x square multiplied by x. And what they said us, use pi equal to 22 by 7. So 22 by 7 into 7 x cube. 7 cancels, and this way we got our key, that is 22 x cube. And hence the answer for this particular question becomes option B. Alright, coming upon to the next question based on the surface areas and volumes of solid. So here we have a river which is 3 meter deep, 40 meter wide, and it is flowing at the rate of 2 km per hour. See, note here, the depth of the river is in meter, width of the river is in meters, but the rate of flowing per hour timing is 2 km. So this rate of flowing here, the distance traveled by the water is nothing but the length we have to here consider for that river. So here it's a 2 km in 1 hour. So you have to express kilometer unit in terms of meter only, because other parameters are in the meters. Alright, that's fine. So this water is flowing and this river is flowing and falls into the sea. So what is the amount of water in liters that will fall into the sea from this river in a minute? So we shall find the volume of water that is falling into the sea from the river in 1 minute, provided the rate of flowing for 1 hour. So it's simple. You just need to know the volume of that water that is coming from the river in 1 hour, convert that into minute in 1 minute, just divide it by the 60 minutes. Isn't it the same and simple question? So here for the river, you have to relate this shape as to cuboid only, right? Because it has the dimension, depth, width and the length, right? So let me write that notations here. Length we consider here to be 2 km in 1 hour, which means 2000 meters in 1 hour. So means we can calculate the volume of the water flowing from river in 1 hour time very easily with this dimension, right? And what we have, the breadth is the width, so it's 40 meters, and the height is the depth, that is 3 meters. So this way we can write now volume of water that was flowing from river in 1 hour into the sea. So volume of water for 1 hour, okay, 1 hour, because we have the length for 1 hour, standing water for 1 hour. So 1 hour equal to LBH. What is it? It's a 2000 meters multiplied by 40 into 3. So this is 2 into 4, 8, 8 3s are 24, 24 on 4 zeros. So we have 2,40,000 meter cube. And this is the volume of the water that's standing and flowing from the river into the sea in 1 hour. So for 1 hour, let's write down on the next line. For 1 hour, amount of water flowing into the sea is how much? It is 2,40,000 meter cube. So this is the amount of water that is flowing into sea for 1 hour, right? So we shall now want the answer in terms of water flowing in a 1 minute into the sea, right? So for 1 minute, what you need to do? You need to divide this amount by 60 minutes, because 60 minutes makes 1 hour. So this 2,40,000 divided by 60, and this is now for 1 minute meter cube volume, right? So let's calculate this. What do you get? This, see, 1 0 cancels and we have 6 1, 6 4s are 24, 0 0 0. So 4,000 meter cube. Now we want the answer in terms of liters. So for that, let's recall the conversion that this 1 meter cube volume is equivalent to 1000 liters, right? So this 4000 meter cube then will be equivalent to 4000 into 1000. So total they becomes now in liters. So total it will be 4 on 6 zeros, means it will be 40 lakhs, isn't it? So let's check out the option. The correct option will be, yes, 4 on 6 zeros, that is 40 lakhs we have in the option number A. So option A is the right choice for this particular question. Alright. So I hope you also found the questions on the mensuration topic, in particular surface areas and volumes, very easy, that were part in series 2 2020. Again, I'm telling you, mensuration topic is one of the important topic. You can always give the first preference for your, preparation in your serious mathematics paper for the topic of mensuration. It covers the good number of questions and gives you the maximum score because these are the topic which are scoring in terms, they are formula based chapter. So knowing the formula on the tips, you will be able to solve each and every question with the full accuracy for your upcoming serious written examination. So if you are not a subscriber for our courses, check out all the courses and the required details by logging on to our webpage learn.ssbcrackexams.com, or you can download the mobile app SSB Crack Exams to subscribe to the serious courses and start your preparation from today. And you have to also stay tuned to SSB Crack Exams for more such sessions on Series 2 2020 Mathematics Paper Detailed Solutions. Hello everyone, welcome back to SSB Crack Exams. I'm Lakshmi, Maths Mentor. Welcome you all again at another session by us for Series 2 2020 Maths Paper Q&A. And in this session, we will be discussing solution of one question that was part in this paper based upon the topic of logarithms. So let's understand about the question and its solution. But before that, let me recall you once again, if you are an aspirant and aspiring to write the upcoming serious written examination, you can log on to learn.ssbcrackexams.com webpage or download the mobile app SSB Crack Exams from Google Play Store to subscribe to our serious courses to prepare for your upcoming serious written examination just by sitting back at home. So here we now continue with the very first and the only question that was based upon the logarithms. This topic based, previously there used to be question 2, 3, maximum 4, but this time in Series 2 2020 there was a single question, but this question was quite little lengthy in the sense the calculation. So let's understand about the same, that if 6 to the power 3 minus 4x into 4 to the power x plus 5 is equals to 8, given log of 2 to the base 10 is 0.301 and log of 3 to the base 10 is 0.477, then which one of the following is correct? Is it that x lie between 0 to 1 range, or between 1 to 2, or 2 to 3, or 3 to 4? So we shall determine the range of values for x, not the exact value of x. Alright, so though we have the equation, we are in here position to get the value in the particular range. Alright, so let's understand. It's simple about the properties of logarithm that you need to apply within this, right, this equation to simplify and arrive at the decision. So here we have this 6 to the power 3 minus 4x, okay, which can be written as 2 into 3 to the power 3 minus 4x. Similarly, 4 to the power x plus 5 can be written as 2 to the power 2 the whole raised to x plus 5. And why I have done that? Because we need to apply log to both sides of this particular equation to go ahead, so that we will have in the simplification the values log 2 to the base 10 and log 3 to the base 10, because we are applying to the provided equation, that is the given equation 6 to the power 3 minus 4x into 4 to the power x plus 5 equals to 8, log to both sides, that to log to the base 10 we are applying. So we are applying log of base 10 to both sides of this equation. We get log of 2 into 3 to the power, we had the power of 6, 3 minus 4x, right? This will be plus, because log of a into b is log a plus log b. This is the property we shall apply in the left hand side, because these two terms are in the product form, right? This is the product. So when you apply log to this, it will become log of first term plus log of second term, that is log a plus log b property, and this is the log with the base 10. Alright, so this is the property of logarithm that I am using here, and here this is becoming 2 to the power 2 the whole raised to what was the power? See here, x plus 5, right? So this we have, and what is the right hand side? We have log of 8, which I can write as 2 to the power 3. So that we can now apply the power rule of logarithm that we know. We apply this rule of the logarithm that log of a to the power m is equals to m times log a, right? So hence we'll be getting here 3 minus 4x times log of 2 into 3. You know that will be what? Log 2 plus log 3. See, I'm not writing base here, and it is here, you understand, it's a base 10 only, okay, because I had applied log of base 10 to both sides. So plus here, what's up here? See, you have this power 2 as well as this power. So I would write 2 times x plus 5 times log of 2. Now this is equals to 3 times log of 2. Alright, so this is the equation that we are getting now. Now, you could see that there are the terms with the log 2 and log 2, right, on both the sides of equation. So what we can do is we collect them in one side. So 3 minus 4x, right, log 2. Then we have plus 2 times x plus 5 log 2. Then we have minus 3 times log 2 equal to right hand side. I would take this term, that is, which is the log 3 term. So minus times 3 minus 4x log of 3. Alright. So I could write this as log of 2. Right. What do we have in the bracket? See, we have 3 minus 4x plus 2x plus 10 minus 3. And this is equals to, I can take this minus inside. So I could write that as 4x minus 3 times log of 3. Isn't it? So we can further simplify this as log 2 times. See, this 3 and this 10, 13 minus 3, anyhow it is there 10. So we are having here 10 minus 2x, which is equals to 4x minus 3 times log 3. Now we have been already provided with the values of log 2 and log 3 in the question, isn't it? See, these are the values. Okay, so we will be using these values now. So we will have this 10 minus 2x times log 2 value, which is given to be 4x minus 3 times log 3 value, which is given to be 0.477. We will have this 0.301 and 0.477 as 301 and 477 because both of them have same places of decimal. So we had cancel. So hence we shall have here on the next line 10 minus 2x times 301 equals to 4x minus 3 times 477. So let's do this product. So it's a 3010 minus 301 into 2. What do you get? 602x. Right. So right hand side we have 4 into this 477. What it will be? Now this 4 into 477 will be 1908x minus 3 into 477 will be 1431. So let's collect the x terms in the left hand side or the right hand side as you wish. So I would collect it on the right hand side. So 3010 plus 1431, this is equals to 1908x plus 602x. So we could see that now addition of these numbers going to be 1 at one's place, then 1 plus 3, 4, then we have 4, then 4. 4441 equals to this addition, we're gonna get 10 carry 1, then 9 plus 6, 15 carry 1, 2. So 2510x. So what are we getting now? This as 4441 divided by 2510 equals to x. Right. So now you notice here that we are having 4441, right, which is greater than 2510. So it's obvious that this value will be 1.abc something. It will be above 1, but it cannot be above 2 because you know that 2510, the double of it, will be above 5000, right? Here we have the range 4441. So it is very sure that then value of x, that whatever we will get, it will be above 1 for sure, but it will be less than 2 for sure also. And hence we got here the key to our question, that the value of x, that is which one of the following correct, is the option number B only, that value of x is above 1 but it will be below 2. So x should lie between 1 and 2. I hope solution of this particular question, which was based upon the logarithms, is clear to you. You have to stay tuned to SSB Crack exams for more such sessions for Series 2 2020 Mathematics paper Q&A.